I'll destroy you.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Which means I'll be king.
Subscribe.
Truth. It began long before us. We who now live our perfect and dull, endless lives. It began long before these moon palaces and body markets hurling around our golden sun. It began long before our light coil thinkers, our radiation wars, our oil smoke. It began with us, the continuity and its twin, wanderlust. The need for unseen shores deep in our marrow. No judge, jester, queen, or king can escape this old blood. We are nomads, eternal. And when no ocean, mountain, or sky could contain us, our gaze hungered starward. Afar, they mocked us with their brittle light, winking and jeering like dangling iotons, forever out of reach, illuminating the truth. Immortal as we are, we die with the sun. That's where I come in. Jahu, form. My departure was a day less than any other. When I stepped inside the bell, I saw no crowd through its glass, no skeptical onlookers, no regal send-off. They all had given up on me and my paradoxical formulations. The wasted years had all shown the void to be just that. Nothing, no energy, no entanglement, no form. To spacefaring ambitions, a dead end. On the day, my laboratory was mostly vacant of witnesses, most of all of expectation. Only my sluggish attendants, my sagacious Kavat, Kalimos, and of course my daughter. I had raised her alone, but with inconsistent vigor. In those eyes, her mother's, I did see a terrible reflection of a man that did not exist. A brave and principled man about to make history. In truth, he was a void himself, an outcast, a joke, a nothing. Driven by my humiliation, failure had made me bitter and reckless. I would dive into the depths myself to prove them all wrong. I gave the signal. My daughter grasped the lever. Kalemos then belted out a desperate, rasping growl. But it was too late. Vorm, order. The calipers yawed open the wall between worlds, stretching there a black trapezoidal gap. A door, a mouth. It yawned in the light of the room, splintering it to mesmerizing, unearthly hues. And I, inside the bell, dropping obliquely toward it from my gallows, mass and time rippled as a sudden vortex jawed before me. My head was vapor, my feet lodestone. The bell around me flexed like a rat paralyzed in a winding, gulping snake. I faltered in the awe of it, stumbling against the seriglass, and with that, shifted the bell's path through the wall. It grazed the caliper membrane, the edge of the door. No worldly edge was as thin, as sharp as could split even light. As the bell faintly grazed it, the seriglass was all at once rendered like strips of flesh by Dax's blade. My enclosure was beheaded in an instant, but still I fell, sideways, into the void. Thas, chaos. Death was on me, I was certain. I was face down, eyes clenched, my heart pulsing the last of its seconds, and my lungs burning the last of its air. A sudden nostalgia gripped me. I grasped desperately for memory of a storm just past, the fumbling pitch of a child's song. Yet all these thoughts seemed to steal away from my mind like smoke through a vent. I would die empty. I then became aware of another sensation, physical. A web of pain, needles itching into my arm. At once I realized I was alive. Laying in the bell's shattered ceraglass, I groped the ground, warm stone. The floor of my laboratory. So, I had never left. And so, I had failed. Again. I heard a crunch alongside me. Someone stepping through the shattered glass. With great shame, I gasped and rose my head to face my daughter above me. But as I opened my eyes, it wasn't her. It was me. Riss. Light. The senselessness of it. The paradoxic, the vague, untimed form. I was alone, but not. For I stood there confronted by myself. A twin, but no brother. A reflection, but with dimension. Behind him, no horizon, but a vast broiling sea of caustic light pierced at random by black-pinned stars. And closer, around me, a gale of flowing vapor, profane in color, billowing relentlessly into the nascent lack, seeking all directions. I was standing on a precipice of familiar stone, jagged and unanchored as though cleaved directly from the very floor of my laboratory. I wondered at the vapor's path, smoking outward more, leaving behind now the walls, the filigree gold, the rare cuts of marble from my home. I knew at once the vapor's source. I turned away, back toward the wall, the trapezoid I had yawed into it. Vapor erupted inward at the gap, but not just from there. For as I rolled my eyes back, I saw the same. A great steam of scintillation smoking out from my skull. Dumb in awe, I faced toward my chimerical twin. He spoke. Kra, time. An old name, unspoken in the centuries since my mother reared me. A soft hiss, soothing as a viper's gaze. Little Bengal. The other me reached out, offering his hand, gliding toward me without moving, as though the distance between us was now collapsing. A confusion, most euphoric, filled my mind. With the shred of wit that remained, I decided that I should run for my life. At once, crazed and frantic, I fled. But I made no forward progress. Instead, the world compressed evermore around me, as though I were an anchor pulling the shore to reach. When I arrived at the door, or rather, the door arrived at me, I howled, hurling myself inside, out. And then and there I was, lost and unlost, howling on the floor in harmony with my wretched Kalimos, lacerated in flesh and heart, scattered as the bell glass, spilling blood and stomach on the cold stone floor. But I sensed the other there, at the wall's breach behind me, reaching still. I screamed, but my voice was gone. Forever. I looked, but my eyes would never see again. I swept my fist across the floor, snatching broken shards, and in gripping tightly, I filled my hands with ink. Close it, I wrote. Netra. Decay. Time, to us, is all but conquered. Our sacred kuva moves us on to new skin. We numb to our daily, yearly trifles, and remedy those memories that bring lasting misery. With all our misdeeds, our excess, our indignity, we are haunted by nothing. But not for me, for with each passing day, there grew within a tumorous idea. It was minute in those early days, the pale-reaching digits severed on the floor, studied with reverence, with greed. And it swelled larger in the latter days, The regal domes, the rail dedications, the unholy Zariman parade. I had put the stars within reach, but at what cost? I never spoke of him, that man, trapped in the wall. And while there have been countless souls who have followed me through with their light skippers and field wave skins and vari-eyed instruments, not a single one ever saw him. Me. And so it is that I will not take the Kuva now, or ever again. This is the last skin I'm in. Because of this idea, that I cannot be sure that in all that smoked commotion, in all that panic and fear, in that bending light and blinding dark, was it I who escaped? Or the other? Loke, void. From brooding gulfs are we beheld by that which bears no name. Its heralds are the stars it fells, the sky and earth aflame. Corporeal laws are unwrit as suns and love retreat. To cosmic madness, laws submit, those stalwart minds entreat. In luminous space, blackened stars they gaze, accuse, deny. Roiling, moaning, this realm of ours in madness lost shall die. Carrion hordes trill their profane accord with eldritch plans. To cosmic forms from tangent planes, we end as we began.
On our syndicate frequency, it's a red veil in code, but it seems truncated. I will play back what I have.
Rap, tap, tap. Speak to us. We're listening. What is your name? Good. You remember. We want to help you, Rel. Tell us where you are. Can't. He's listening. Who? Rel? Who is listening? Rap, tap, tap. Rap, tap, tap.
Sorry, operator. The message appears
Haunted.
halted. It originated from a Steel Meridian ship near Earth. Will you investigate? I hope not.
Emergency power. Not detecting crew. I don't like this. Search the area. Blades. Too refined for a Grineer kill squad. Is there anything else? Red Veil. Could they have done this? The Veil have been Meridian allies for years. Search for survivors. Tenno, I lost you for a second. What did you see?
Oh, child of Zarman, please help. I served Veil, the flock. driven mad. I humbly beg for the protection of you and your vessel.
I'm marking the area. Stay alert. It may be an ambush.
Great blind queen, help me reach the safety of Iron Wake. Our sacred muse has abandoned the temple, leaving our people in chaos.
Tenno, if the Red Veil is in chaos, we must intervene. Get Palladino to Iron Wake.
Oh, holy child, I am grateful for... What is it, Rook? Are they back? Brothers of blood, sisters of fire, resist the muse! Blessed Star Child, I owe you my life. Will you meet me at Iron Wake? Only you can right this wrong.
The Meridian has received Palladino. You've been granted access to enter their base, Operator.
Iron Wake. Steel Meridian has built an impressive base of operations right under the nose of the Grineer Authority. The Veil's speaker will be here, under guard. Find her.
Leave your vessel at the door, sacred child. Come. Hush, Rook. This is our sacred guest. I am Palladino, Holy Speaker of the Veil, like my mother and hers before. We speak to the other side. to him. Without his focus, I pray he answers. Righteous Rel, of harrowed stars, of hallowed chains, speak! For an age you've guarded the divide between dust and void. Speak! From within your everlasting sacred vessel, you've held the lidless eye. Speak! I cannot reach Holy Rel from here. I will need his sacred focus, a relic stolen from the temple. I beg of you to find it and return it here. Only then will he speak to us. Only then will we truly understand.
Veil rituals incite fanaticism, but don't be drawn in. I'm not convinced this Rel exists. I fear we'll have to play Paladino's game to find out. Ortis has been tracking Red Veil disturbances. That's the best place to start.
Operator, a Red Veil seance. How delightful? I have marked a possible Red Veil disturbance, but perhaps you would prefer to...
Brew some leaves and...
Sorry. Navigation is bleeding, operator. Waiting. Navigation is waiting. Oh my.
Find Rel's object of focus, child. You are close to this sacred relic. I am certain. These messages, they express Rel's suffering. He's lashing out. I should have seen the cracks forming.
I don't understand. How would Rel know about the dream?
Great sentient queen, forgive me. But what you are, what you've made of yourself, is merely drawn from the dreams of these divine children. You are not she. You are not Margulis.
What are you saying? That Rel is a... Impossible. All Tenno are known to me. I protect them, as she did.
Oh, but not Rel. Margulis cast him out, for he was different. Our foremothers took him in and studied his teachings. We became the Veil, the shroud of his blessed existence.
Cast out. I don't believe you.
Rat, tap, tap. The man in the wall.
The man in the wall. That is what he called it. Hush. Try to follow his voice.
Fortune despises the idle man. Justice is death.
The Donda, his mother gave him this. Holy Rel was not like other children. Sound, color, touch, it overwhelmed him. The Donda's hum let him focus.
No. Tap.
Rel, what evil is this? Sacred child, forgive me. I should have known the weight of the void would one day crush the light from me. You cannot kill this, Tenno. Run! You can only run!
Operator, what was that thing?
Leave your vessel at the door, sacred child. Come. I have served Rel my whole life, studying Rel's teachings of the void, the dire consequence of traveling by and through it. Now I see that it is true. He alone, in his harrowing sacrifice, has guarded us. What a price he has paid. Righteous Rel, outcast of sacred void, hear my voice. Speak! You have been driven from the vessel by your suffering. You have swallowed the poison stars so we would not. Holy Rel, speak! The Tenno who rejected you have come to your aid! He's here. The Donda. It's working. Giving him humanity. We are listening, Rel. Speak.
Shy?
No, try again. This one?
Confused?
No, try again. Very good. And this one? Good, Rel. And how about this one?
Mama.
Yes, Rel.
Mama!
Go ahead, Rel. Close.
We're in a ship.
Yes?
Impossible speed. beyond the Brankel gap constant?
I think so. You're better with that stuff, but it's amazing, isn't it?
So why don't they fix me?
Rel, you know why. Close. Rel, why?
Because I'm not broken.
That's right. Different. So I love you even more.
Happy.
Yes, Rel. You make me so happy.
This memory, his humanity still remains, buried in these emotions he so often failed to grasp. Could they be the key to saving him from this?
Tenno, I have a theory. Return to the Arbiter and I'll explain. These disturbances, they are transference energy, split apart from a single mind. If we capture them, send them back.
Operator, Cimaris may have a tool for this task. I wonder if his kinetic siphons could be repurposed to capture these manifestations.
Holy Rel, let us bring you the peace you have earned. Guide this Tenno so you can return to the Hairwing vessel, so that you might rest.
Rel's warnings. Those dire consequences. He was talking about void exposure, wasn't he? The effect it has on human minds is well understood.
But it's not. This isn't some kind of deep pressure bends as Margolis suspected. Rel saw what it was. Truly, an entity. Indifferent. Old as stars.
My fault. Touching is too much noise. It makes me angry.
There. An emotion. Manifest from the game Rel played as a child.
See if you can stabilize it with the kinetic siphon. There, Tenno. Trap it.
Angry. Someone takes the thing you love.
I'm detecting other stations. Defend yourself and try to track them.
Rat, tap, tap. I don't want to go back.
Another. Don't let it escape.
Happy. Mama has a stretchy smile. He's listening. He knows what you're doing. It makes him stronger. Bored. Waiting too much. There's nothing fun to look at.
Good. You've captured the manifestations here. Now get out before this disturbance catches up with you.
I don't know if you can make Rel whole again, but whatever you're doing, this disturbance is growing stronger, resisting you. Don't let it stop you. Bring Rel home to the temple.
Is that where Rel is? Has the Veil preserved him in cryosleep as the other Tenno were on Lua?
No, we didn't have that option.
He's listening, but I'm so... Help me.
Rel, it's just you, alone and trapped in a transference loop. Don't give in to these delusions of void exposure. There is no man in the wall.
Don't say that.
They are here, the transference pieces. Track down these stations and capture them.
Embarrassed. Talking and everyone looks at you. Why are you helping me? You... hated me?
Another. Don't let it escape. It's too strong for the siphon. Try and beat...
Excited. All the spider eggs are starting to hatch. Sad. Why did the babies eat the mother?
All right. No more to be found here. Get to extraction.
Operator, there is no evidence of any thing in the void. By my calculations, Rel has lost control of his transference. If we can gather these emotions, I hope he will be himself again. You will need kinetic siphons to trap Rel's emotions. Samaris will have some for sale in the relay.
How could Rel have lived this long without the long dream?
In a way, he didn't. He knew his mortality would undo his purpose, so he gave up his humanity forever. He committed his soul to the undying vessel.
His Warframe.
Yes, he commanded we chain it within the depths of the sacred temple, an eternal vigil against the indifference.
And you believed him. You helped him do it.
Yes, after everything you've seen, wouldn't you?
Tenno, track it. The manifestation is fighting the siphon. See if you can damage it. Tenno, you need to capture it. Try and beacon it.
Shy. Meeting someone new and can't say hello.
Another. Don't let it escape.
Scared. You look around and Mama's not there. You run and run until you can't run anymore.
Blessed Tenno, Rel has returned to his sacred vessel. I will join him there at once. Please, come, for I fear I haven't got the strength to do what must be done next.
If Rel's been caught in a transference loop for this long, the psychological effects could have been catastrophic. This man in the wall, these delusions, symptoms of the void exposure all Tenno experienced. I hope that Palladino can find peace for Rel, so this never happens again.
Our temple, our home, his tomb. This is why you're here, Tenno. It is time for Holy Rel to rest. But I cannot bring myself to do it, to let him go. He's kept us, all of us, safe for so long, and it's time for you to carry on. Release him, Tenno. Destroy the chains that bind the harrowing vessel. He's earned his rest. You may enter here, but only as your true sacred form. Holy Rel, you have sacrificed enough. Pass on your burden and rest. Tenno, destroy the chains. Only your sacred power will damage them. Tenno, something's wrong. That's not Rel.
I won't let you take me from me.
What have you done to Rel? Tenno! You need to save him from this. Destroy the chains.
Laugh at him. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Don't look away. Look at him. He's not invisible.
Tap, tap, tap. You'll let me in, little piggy.
Not herself, Rel. I think you should wait with the other kids until they fix the ship. I love you, but you have to go. Go!
But the in kids don't care about the invisible outs. If you were alone in that drift, you'd need a friend. Even like me.
By sacred shadow and righteous blood, blessed Rel, your aged vessel is dust and your chains are broken. Be free!
But the man in the wall, who will...
They will have to. All of them. They owe you this. We all do.
Yeah, I feel...
Go on, Rel. Which one?
This one, Mama. I feel... tired.
Good, Rel, you were learning. Well, why don't you have a little rest then?
Okay. Okay, Mama.
I'll destroy you.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Which means I'll be king.
Subscribe.